Yeah, I'd like to maybe dedicate what I'm about to say to a U.S. Marine, Scott Olsen. You may have read about him. He was in the Occupy movement in Oakland, California, and the police hit him in the head with a tear gas canister, and it almost cost him his life, and he's in the hospital now. But he was a soldier in the Iraq War who stood out and said that war was wrong, and the war in Afghanistan is wrong. And it's far from homes fit for heroes. When they come back from the war, they come back to a wasteland where the bankers have bankrupted our social services, throwing us out of work, taking our pensions. We're getting fed up, sending our boys fighting their wars that they benefit from and giving their lives and their families' future away for no reason at all. They lied to us about the Iraq War. They said they won the Afghanistan war. They left and then invaded Iraq, and now they're back to Afghanistan again. They said in Afghanistan there was only 400 Taliban, and they would be there a very short time. And John Reed, the minister, said they probably wouldn't fire a shot. They're just there to help the people. They lied again. They're still there. 385 have died. $485 billion this war has cost already. They seem to have a lot of money when it comes to killing and shooting people around the world and making more and more enemies to fight so that generals can have more and more badges on their lapels. That's why I think we want to dedicate some of this evening and send a message of support to Scott Olsen in Occupy Oakland. Keep up the good work, and let's occupy everywhere we can for peace. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, my name's Naila Ashraf. I'm the chair of Stop the War here in Manchester, and I want to say that actually it's unfortunate that we're still here 10 years later, but what is important to say is that actually, unlike 10 years ago when we first started this campaign, there are so many hundreds and thousands and millions of people around this country and around the world that actually now understand why we set it up and support what we have to say. We have been proved right constantly. They first said they went to war because actually it was to free the Afghan people and that they would be welcomed, and we know now that this isn't true. They told us to free the Afghan women, and we know this isn't true. And then they said actually it was to find bin Laden. Well, they found bin Laden now, and he's now dead, and we're still in Afghanistan. And what we say is actually all those reasons for going to Afghanistan were wrong. They were lies. They are occupying a country illegally, and we say this: we will continue to campaign until all the troops are home. And we also say that actually they told us it was about democracy. It was about making the world a safer place. But actually hundreds and thousands of Afghan people, men, women and children, have lost their lives in the idea of having democracy. But actually they didn't bring democracy to Afghanistan. We've been there 10 years and we still haven't brought democracy to Afghanistan in that region. We have, however, seen the people of the Middle East find democracy for themselves. So we've seen Egypt. Normal people, men, women and children stand together and demand democracy, and they have got democracy in Egypt. And there were no bombs falling from the skies. There was no need for intelligent weapons. It was actually done by the people of Egypt. And actually we look at what they did in Egypt, we can see what can be achieved around the world. And we say again to our rulers, war is not the way forward. We did not make a better world for the Afghan people. We did not make a better world for the Iraqi people. All we did was we killed hundreds and thousands of innocent people that don't deserve to die. And we say this: bring the troops home. Our boys should not be fighting for a war that is about oil or imperialist wars or anything else. They should be here safe, sound. We should be looking after those that have come back. We should be looking after the people that are ill and sick and injured from these wars. But instead we are giving money to bankers and saying there is no money for military families. And we say we will fight for justice for the military families, and we fight for justice for the Afghan and the Iraqi people. Thank you.